This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for creatives and entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online.
I want to create clothing that matters. And sometimes for something to matter, it creates tension. Think about your validation index. Why are you doing this? Julie and Kyle like, hey, can we get on a call? And like, yo, would you be interested in being creative director of Supreme? I was just like,
Tremaine Emory is kind of notorious for walking away from jobs with both Kanye and Supreme over conflicts of artistic approach and the values he holds through his work.
As it grows, the systemic issues seep in, and you have to be cognizant of that with any brand. Denim Tears included.
Today I want to dig into the iceberg that actually sits below those high-profile actions, born from a deep integrity for what the real work actually is, along with a healthy amount of perspective along with it too.
For me, this stuff isn't that important. What's important is like my family.
Fashion's not that important.
No, it's like it's important, but it's not. It's like we're not saving lives,
Sure.
That sense of perspective is something I find super key to the story of Tremaine Emory here, and it's kind of a superpower that I want to explore for creatives in this video.
What do you think you can change there? What are you gonna really achieve? Is the money and time worth what you're losing?
At the end of the piece, I want to leave off on a pretty special clip where Emory makes a kind of statement of love and care to his lost friend and creative partner, Virgil. As for the videos in this piece, everything will be linked on screen when possible, but if you can't find it on screen, you'll see it at the bottom of the description. Just before we jump into this video, allow me to introduce you to a new sponsor that we got on this channel and a company I'm super happy to put forward to you guys here, and that's Squarespace. As I said, as a freelancer, I've used Squarespace for 5+ years now, presenting my portfolio on it and using it as the top link on any CVs I've sent out to clients. I've wanted to make a website for creative minds for quite a while now, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to jump in and check out all the new features that they have on offer there. Whether it's a simple portfolio website or selling courses or operating a storefront, Squarespace's new design intelligence feature really does empower anyone to build a beautiful, personalized website tailored to their unique needs. As I'd love to sell some of my writing on the website in the future, I was happy to see that Squarespace now offers payment options through PayPal, Stripe, and Klarna, just to name a few. It also has a feature where you can now set up branded custom invoices and easily send those directly through to clients to create that relationship that feels streamlined and professional. So yeah, whatever you're building, head over to squarespace.com and claim your free trial, and when you are ready to launch your design and go live, check out the link below at squarespace.com/creative minds to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks to Squarespace and for anyone who checks that out, and with all that said, let's go on with the video.
Scene one, take one.
We good to go? Awesome.
I'm mainly a product of the Emorys and Sanders. Emory's my dad's side of the family, and Sanders is my mom's side, her maiden name. The ambition I got from them was to seek things. So when that time came where I could jump off the porch, I'd be looking for something interesting to do that was out of my remit. I learned a lot of things about, I don't want to say the limit of some of my friends and where I grew up, but just where they were at and where I was at. The world has these systems of control that limit people. And I started seeing that some of my friends, their curiosity wasn't greater than feeling safe.
So I heard this thing the other day, and it was actually somebody talking about Pete Doherty and the baby shambles, which is a whole other thing. But the person said that the art is the real thing, and everything else, the jobs, the fame, the hype, it's not real.
The art is real. The other stuff is a game. And he was intrigued to find out what it was all about.
And that quote around the art being the only real thing kind of frames up something for me about how Tremaine discusses the focus of his work and what he's learned along his journey in the industry.
Me and Supreme both played a part in that thing not working out. One of the parts I played in is just like me caring about that validation of being a creative director. that was and is my ego, you know? And that's something I work on for myself. And my man Anthony, my business partner, told me this. He said, Tremaine, it's just about you and your art and the customer.
Yeah.
Not even the customer. You don't even gotta buy denim tears. It's about, you might just watch the videos. That's all that matters. Everything else is noise. Spend your time, as far as when it comes to your, art and designing, is thinking about the person that's taking their time, valuable time, to watch your videos, come to your store, focus on them. They're the most important. They're the most important thing.
At the start of this piece, I mentioned Tremaine's view of perspective. For a lifelong creative, we can recognise two things. Our work is both the most important thing to us, and at the same time, it doesn't really mean anything at all. This might sound defeatist, but that ability to zoom out when something doesn't go our way in our work is so useful and really is a superpower for maintaining resilience and just knowing what matters.
The concept of selling out, does it still exist?
So Brock got a text from Bobby 100 saying, I can't remember what he said exactly, but he said something like, oh, it looks great out there. It looks super cool. And then Brock was like, why are you not here? And he's like, well, I can't be there because people consider me a sellout. And Brock was like, well, if you don't sell out by the time you're 30, you're going to end up broke. That was Brock's reply.
We're all sellouts unless you drop out of first world capitalist society. Like, if you're gonna live in a society, why not maximize affect culture and make as much money as you can? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to affect culture and make money because my little brother got Crohn's disease and America doesn't have free health care. So, and my dad, if I don't figure something out, he's gonna be working at CBS till he's 75. My grandmother's is 90 and broke, and they're happy, not playing no violin. So me monetizing off my creative capabilities and talents, if that's selling out, it's like, fuck you, come pay my bills, because I don't want to drop out of first world society.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So selling out is selling yourself out what you want to do. To me, selling out is, if you're working at a job you don't like and you're too scared to chase your dreams, or even just do your hobbies on the side. You don't even got to quit that 9 to 5. You could do it for 50 years, but even just do what you want to do, that's selling out. You can only sell out yourself. Like these like hipsters and critics, they want to see every artist broke and disenfranchised. You know what I mean? It's like 50.
When I hear Tremaine talk about his work, it's always clear to me that it's the culture and the relationships and the community from which everything he really values actually comes. This is the opposite of the godlike, talented artist that gets to shout down at the world around them because they're such an amazing genius. And great designs or art as the natural product of the right kind of petri dish of people, music, books, thinking, and all the other cultural or community-based things that can sit below that.
Every story we tell with our clothing isn't a sad story, Even that, like I hear that, like Denim Tears is, talking about black trauma all the time. Like, no, I'm not. I got stories about Alvin Ailey, homing in the projects with the tiger, so on and so forth. Like there's lots of beautiful, fun, weird stories that I'm telling that have yet to come out yet. And some stuff is about, the cross, the plight of slavery. But that's not the whole brand. Just like every Awake thing isn't about fuck the system.
No.
You talk about all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And sometimes the stuff you talk about, that you don't even put it on the nose. You just have to really, it's like an Easter egg. Same thing with Denim Tears. There's stuff that people buy or get, because every single thing I design has research in it. I just don't always put out there, break down each Easter egg all the time, because it's like, who has time for all that?
Tremaine teaches us that the stories that we can tell can be big or small, but the important thing is that they're real to us. And thinking about those stories that are important to you and those cultures that exist within your own life or that you can get involved in is such a kind of nurturing and fulfilling way to think about how we approach our creative work.
Success is when you seek the validation from yourself. To me, that's what I work on. The genuine feeling of you having an idea, working on an idea, and putting it out. And when you just find the validation in that, to me, that's the highest level of success, because it can't be thwarted or imbued with other people's feelings or doubts. And I'm here today on this beautiful day in London to talk about my very good friend and one of my biggest inspirations, Virgil Abloh's collab with Nike. When the show studio reached out to me to come and talk about my favorite, new clothing item, it was an automatic no-brainer to talk about these puppies. When he gave me these and he wrote "Mom Smiles," it really showed that this collab wasn't his collab solely, it was for the community, because it's like each person that he's given these to, there's something personal to his relationship with them. And so it's not just a hype thing, it's like a love, family, personal thing, because specifically my mom passed away 2 years ago, and Virgil was one of the many people that supported me, helped me get through that. And even 2 years later, when he has these sneakers after his fashion show that he did with Jenny Holzer, and I know all the work that went into it, and then when he's giving them out, this is what comes up to his mind, like "Mom Smiles," something that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with him. It might not be thought as the coolest thing or funny, it's just like something really personal between me and him, something he's texted me before when maybe I've said something on Instagram, he's like, "Yo, Tremaine, your mom is smiling." So him to be his point of reference for giving me these, I just thought it was a beautiful thing. And and even when I see everyone's shoes, the different stuff, some of it's funny, some of it's satirical, some of it's sarcastic, some of it's silly, but it's just it kind of emphasizes why Virgil is where he is at in this moment. One of the reasons is he's such a personal, real person when he gets to know you. And it's great for the kids to see that, to have humanity in the things you're doing. And it's more than just likes on Instagram and money and stuff like that. It's really connecting with people, because without that, it's all just soulless.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to watch something along the same lines, I'm going to put 2 videos on the screen now that take us on a further journey into the kind of ethos we've been discussing. Go check them out and take a look. Good luck in whatever you're working on yourself, and yeah, speak soon.